Welcome back to Lounging with John. Please be sure to follow us on Twitter at Lounge with John. You can also check out our homepage at www.loungingwithjohn.com. That is www.loungingwithjohn.com.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the lounge. Glad to be here. I hope that everyone is having a wonderful day, and I want to thank you guys for taking the time to listen to this podcast. We're coming at you through Spreaker, also YouTube, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, and your wonderful iTunes and Apple Podcasts. So we're getting out there a lot of different ways. So wherever you're listening to this from, I just want to thank you for taking time out of your day to listen to this podcast. I wanted to talk about something that I hear a lot of talk about it all the time. Like all the time. There's always either confusion or complaining or bragging or whatever. But I hear it all the time. And it kind of takes me back when someone had asked me the question about the lounge. They said, is the lounge something that is your full-time career? Or is it entertainment? And I thought, well, I'm going to do a podcast, talk a little bit about it on what, how I feel about it, what I think about, both sides of it, and where I stand on YouTube right now. So hopefully you guys enjoy this, and be sure to, put your comments in if you got questions or comments or concerns or whatever. Please feel free to leave your comments and, let me know your opinion about YouTube, and maybe let me know if you have a career on YouTube or you're doing it for entertainment or whatever. Feedback is always good to have, and it's something that I always look at, because I kind of take feedback as also being a way to better the channel as well. Some people take it to offense. I do not. I take that type, especially if there's criticism about, how things are done. Criticism is not always bad. There's criticism where people will criticize you just because they want to be mean. And there is the criticism where they're telling you what, this is how you could do it to do better. So I always try to separate those the best that I can. And for the most part, I know when someone's, given criticism at a professional view, than a immature view, So, anyways, let me get a drink of my Big Red. You got to have a drink when you talk, like, all the time. So, oh, that Big Red is so good. First of all, let me talk about the lounge real quick. I do not use the lounge as my 100% career. If I did, if this was my career, 100%, then obviously I wouldn't be in college. I would be just doing this and saying, hey, that's my career, and this is what I'm going to do. Maybe at some point it might be more, doing better for the career part of it. But for the most part, it's for entertainment. It's for, and when I say entertainment, I'm not just saying that, I don't take it to heart, because I do. Because it also falls under my own personal goals in life, the things that I wanted to do, the things that I want to do, and, being able to reach out to people and help others And so that's what the lounge, that's what we do. I reach out all the time to try to give my opinion about different situations, to try to give encouragement and motivation and, all that good stuff. So, as far as the website goes, that is where the career does come into it. I do run an online business. I'm involved in several different things going on. One being the business that I run. Like I said, I've been running the business for a long time. And it's something that, is a working progress. When I first started the business, it was for the blind community only. And I started up a business in locally. And it was labeled around and focused around the blind community only. Nothing more. But then I changed that. I said, you know what? I can not only can I reach out and help those that are, disabled or visually impaired, but I'm going to turn this into something where I can help anybody that I can. And so when I first started the blind community, it was, we did sell computers, but they were computers that were modified with screen readers, stuff like that. And then I kind of branched away from that and started doing both. Now we do computers that we modify, and we do computers that are strictly, for sighted people. The nice thing about, doing that is when I do get a customer that, and they need a screen reader, we install it for them. And then when they buy it, it's ready out of the box. As soon as they open it up and they turn it on, they've got a screen reader. Here lately, it's not been as active as I'd like it to be because I've been so busy and so many different things going on, buying the house, getting all that situated, which I knew this day was coming. I knew it was coming, so I can't say that I was 100% prepared for it because of the situation that I ran into when I was in between homes and I had to stay with somebody for a little bit. But now that I'm in my house, things are falling back into place where it needs to be. And that goes for, financially as well. That's why I thought it was always funny when, there'd be these negative comments about, well, you're poor and you're trying to, get this and get that. That wasn't the case. It wasn't the case about being poor. It was just a case about going through a struggle. But anyways, totally different topic. So I use the channel for the business as well. Sometimes I will do a video that connects it strictly about the business. Not very often do I do those. At least not lately. But you will see them. You will see me do videos talking about the different, products that we have and all that stuff. But I don't make it 100% where it's just about that. I even just kind of talk in general to you guys as I'm doing that. But that's something that you can expect, in the future. I think that when it comes to careers on YouTube, I think you have serious people that are seriously doing their absolute best to make it their career. And then you have the ones that are using it as a way to get a quick dollar. Joker, I was, watching a video he did talking about some of these people that go on there and they say, well, I don't got money for medicine for my kid, or I don't got money for groceries this week, or I can't pay my light bill and all that. There are honest people that do go through a struggle every now and then, and I think that it's okay to ask for help every now and then. I don't see a problem with that. But if it's continuous, then I think that it's someone that's not actually doing a business. They are just hoping someone to just, drop the money for them on the spot. But I think that when you create a channel, you have to know where you want to go with it. Before you do your first video, I think you need a really good idea of what you're wanting to do. And I'm not saying that I'm perfect, because I started the channel and I made changes. There's nothing wrong with making changes, but at least start with something and know something about what you're wanting to do. Like I said, with me, it was about just helping people and being there for people and giving advice to the best of my abilities and so on. But there are people that just grab up the camera and record and they have no idea what really they're wanting to do. And then you got the ones that know what they're wanting to do from the start, and they become very successful. Take a look at, a lot of the bigger channels, even Kid Behind the Camera. That was his goal, and he was successful at that. And even though I don't watch that channel, every now and then I will, I still think it was a success for him. He wanted to do family type videos, and he did it. He wanted to take care of his dad, and he did it. But let us not forget that AGP was a big part of that too. So, someone that we'll never forget. So thumbs up to AGP as he's, watching down on us. There's Roman Woods, I believe is his name. I might have that wrong, but so there's people that come in. They know what they're doing, what they want to do, and they do it. I think that, in a sense, you have to have a business plan, so to speak. You have to have a plan on what you're wanting to do if you're going to do business, if you're going to make it your career. Or you just want to have fun and make funny videos and act silly and all that. That's okay too. At the end of the day, I say this. Not me, not you, or anyone else is any better doing YouTube. It's about what you're doing. Everybody has different skills, and so the skills you're best at, you use those skills, or at least sometimes. And then we got people that only want to use the viewers for their pockets. As I know and you know, that is absolutely wrong to do. As long as we're not a part of it, I say we stay out of it. Right? Unless we're a part of it. Unless we're the ones being hurt or used. And then we can definitely have a problem with that. I don't like to see people doing that. And obviously, if I've got friends or people I care about, and there's a YouTuber hurting them, then yeah, I'm gonna have a problem with that, and I'm gonna say something. But, anyways, that's just my opinion. I don't know. The best advice that I can give anybody when they go to do YouTube is, you got to do what makes you happy. And it's okay to take advice and opinions from other people, but you also got to know kind of what's going on, what you're wanting to do. So, back to the beginning here. When we were asked if it was a full career, no, it's not. But some of the business does funnel through the channel, and I do use that through the channel sometimes. I don't expect it to be, my biggest tunnel for income. I don't expect to get hundreds of sales through it, but we try. And if it works and we're able to make a few sales through it, then great. And if we don't, that's okay. So, at least now you kind of know a little more about what we do. One of the biggest things that my own, my skills, excuse me, goodness, would be the computer side of things. So, I get customers looking for certain types of computers, and I help them find what they're looking for, and I, get them the best deal that I can. And again, not always through YouTube do I do that. So hopefully that picks up soon. We'll see what happens. One day at a time. The other thing I want to say is, if I think that anybody that runs their career through YouTube, I think the first 2 years is the roughest, but the most important. Because that's when you're building your foundation. That's when you're laying the roots of your channel. But you have time for change. You have time for, there's going to be errors and there's going to be fixes and all that. So, but all in all, do what makes you happy. If you're a YouTuber, do your channel the way you want. And if it makes you happy and you're satisfied, then have fun. Even as a career, if you're not having fun with it, you're going to get bored and it's not going to work. You know what I mean? So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this little podcast. I was asked that about the lounge, and I thought, well, I'll do a podcast and talk a little bit about it and let people kind of know where I stand a little bit. And if you got any other questions, by all means, leave your comments, and I'll do my best to answer it. And unless it's coming from them, little fire ants or piss ants, I won't answer them. The mods just spray them with the ant spray, and we move on, right? Because we're about being positive, being supportive, and being motivating. So, anyways, you guys have a wonderful day. I've got other stuff that I need to look through, some notes and stuff. I know there's some podcasts I probably wanted to do and I never did it. So I want to look through and make sure I get things done. Today is the Get Things Done day. So you're probably going to see a couple podcasts, 2 or 3, maybe 4. I don't know. But I love you guys very much. I appreciate every single one of you. And just remember that if you ever need a shoulder to lean on, that is what we do here at the lounge. We help each other. We're there for each other because we care about each other. You guys take care, and I'll talk to you here real soon.